Now
Oh,
let's look. I think you look in the center. I don't know. Can you see it on the TV? I can see a Tim Tam cup.
hey,
Do you like my coffee cup?
oh shit, we're on. Hey,
You are definitely not central.
I'm not central.
You just pushed it more the other way.
Which way do I push?
The other way. No,
That good?
other way. Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, now you're right. That's fine.
Is that good?
That is fine. Hello. Welcome to the Premier League weekly wrap. It's. I didn't want to do the show today.
No, I'm actually asleep, man, and I quickly got up, and now I'm here.
Listen, and we can't even talk about Arsenal because they haven't played yet. So it
Team
is what it
Arsenal.
is. Hey,
Team Arsenal.
100% Team Arsenal because United can't do anything. So
You weren't
Team
gonna
Arsenal, I am because I said I was going to let everyone try guess the shirt every week.
What's the sponsor on that one?
Aeon. I'll write it in the chat. 2010 to 2011 strip.
I reckon I know who it is.
You're not allowed to say yet. This
I
is the
reckon
strip
I
I
know
would
who-
say. I would say Wayne Rooney wore this when he kicked the scissor kick, I reckon.
I don't think it's Wayne Rooney, but I reckon I know who it is.
I think it's that year. It has to be.
So, is
But
that any
anyway.
guess?
When the heads come in and anyone starts guessing, we'll let them guess, but we'll get into the show. So obviously we saw the thumbnail, Manchester's blue. We won't talk about that yet. We'll talk about that last because it's the last game that's been played, which is, a bit better for us. But there's been a few interesting things. Ever since we said we thought Villa weren't going to do that good, they probably look poised for top four. Spurs winning again too. Bring up the results. Liverpool top, controversially, but they're top. Let's bring up the results. It's the last week finished with West Ham Brentford. I at the moment is happy. I did tip West Ham twice and they won both their games. But that wasn't in this week game, but they did beat Brentford at home, which then took us on to the next round. We can start off with Bournemouth. They won at Burnley 2-0. Bournemouth win at Burnley 2-0, pretty much kicks it off. Burnley are just done, man. Vincent Kompany, I don't know, they must have accepted that he's just going to manage them next year in the Championship, or I don't know, because they're definitely not going to sack him now, are they? 10 games to go.
Burnley, yeah. How many points have we got a ladder on a graphic or now?
I think they're on 13, aren't they? I think. I can. It's because it's hard to get a graphic for it because it's so big.
Yeah, okay. 1 second. I want to see how far they've dropped. My phone is being
I'll tell you what they're on. I got the ladder here. They're on 13 points, equal with Sheffield United bottom.
Wow, 13 points at this stage of the season. Yeah,
And then Luton are on 20, they're even 4 points off of safety at the moment because Everton, we'll talk about it, did get 4 points back.
Yeah, look, they've played 27 games.
They've played 27, yeah.
Burnley's done. You can't, you just...
I think they've obviously just accepted Kompany is going to manage them in the Championship again because they're not sacking him, so...
Yeah, surprised that, if you were going to sack him, you would have done it, let's say even 10 games ago, you know what I mean? So give him half the season, if that.
Yeah.
You're right, they're probably going to stick with Vincent and say, bring us back up. You got the opportunity to bring us back up. But yeah, they're definitely going down. So
100% they're going down. But Bournemouth, they've done really well, man. With their new manager, Areola, however you call it Andoni Iraola. He's done really well, considering he came in late notice. They look good.
I fancy them for the drop at the start of the season, or one of the teams. But yeah, he's done well. He's obviously had some big results against Man United. Yeah, look, they're safe. They probably won't get into European competition, but they're obviously going to stay in the Premier League.
No, but they're doing good. That's right. They're doing good. But that takes us on to the next one. Villa, like we've been saying, when everyone was paying out United for beating Luton at Luton. Luton, very hard to beat there at Kenilworth Road, but they did get the job done. 3-2. Ollie Watkins scored another 2 goals. I put him on the thumbnail because surely he's going on the plane with England.
Wow. So Watkins, would he be just the backup for Harry Kane, obviously?
He has to be. He's got to be the next backup, doesn't he? It's either him, and Gareth Southgate doesn't like taking people that are like, have been a bit dodgy, i.e. like Ivan Toney with the betting thing. He won't take him because of that. And then I don't know who else there is, really.
You speak about the Euros, man, quickly, but yeah, England, man, their players seem to be playing well, the England boys, so it's going to be...
The position I worry them about is they're going forward. I think they look really good, but 100% he's going to select Maguire, who, regardless what anyone says, he still hasn't had a good year. Do you feel safe saying you're going to win a Euro with Harry Maguire at centre back? I don't. And left back is a big problem for them because Luke Shaw, albeit is very good, is very injury prone, and then there's no one after him. Chilwell, I think, is injured at Chelsea. That I don't know. Their back line looks touchy, and I think their goalkeeper situation's even touchy too. Like he picks Pickford, and I think he's shit, to be honest, to put it bluntly.
Who would you pick? You'd pick Colwell and Stones back there, wouldn't you?
I would pick Colwell and Stones, and I'd actually, but he's not fit. I would have picked Pope in goals or Ramsdale if he was still playing with Arsenal. Both ahead of Pickford. Like Pickford's in a relegation battle. These other 2 teams are fighting for Champions League, but
yeah, you're right.
But Pope's injured. But what do you do?
They've got a good team, good as team as any in that Euro. So
they do. The only one they're worrying about is France, I think. But then again, it's how they play. They might have a good team, but they got a shit manager. Is my opinion.
Yeah, that's the problem with the manager. But anyway, Southgate shit. We'll move on. Yes.
They're talking about apparently Sir Jim Ratcliffe really likes him.
Who? Southgate?
Yeah, he loves him.
Oh, that would be the end of me if we get Southgate in as Man United manager. Oh my god.
You joke. But apparently they like Potter. Not, but I don't know. That could just be hearsay. But let's move on. Spurs get the job done at, I was going to say White Hart Lane, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They beat Palace 3-1. Got the job done. I think they went 1-0 down. I don't think. I mean, they did go 1-0 down, and they got the job done 3-1. So United 11 points off them, I think, or 11 points off Villa or something. So
just sums up the weekend for Man United. These 2 results. I think Tottenham left it late. They were losing.
They did.
I was rooting for Palace because I was watching the goal rush at work. It's Palace couldn't hold on, and Tottenham got their 3 goals. So that's a big result in the top 4 race, especially on our end. It's looking like really Villa and Tottenham are going to fight for that 4th place really now. So
100%, we ain't going anywhere near it.
I'll probably be rooting for Tottenham. I hope Ange gets it. So yeah.
I don't really care who gets it now. I told Chris. I said I wish all the best for Ange until they're better than Man United. The minute they're better than Man United, I don't care if he's Australian or Greek. He can go.
We win a game, we get excited. Top 4's back on. As soon as we lose, it's just shambles. So.
That's it. But they did get the job done. Listen, Ange is doing a good job. I think with what he's got, you would argue it that his squad isn't as good as United's, and he's on top of them. So. Good on him. This is a controversial one, man. I don't know. Reeves is here. I don't know if anyone's here. They're Liverpool fans. Liverpool in the 90 plus 9th minute, I think it was, beat Nottingham Forest 1-0. In what they're all calling, I mean, even Klopp said it was controversial, but he's going to say that now that he's got the points in his hand because he knows they can't take them. But apparently Konate went down injured and that ball something was meant to stop because of it, and then they scored. So, listen, I don't know.
I was watching this game. This was the goal rush game, and Liverpool just felt like they got out of jail on this one. I think Nottingham Forest played pretty well.
So was it controversial in your head? Like
when I was watching it, I'm like,
don't know what's going on.
I don't think it was the 99th minute. It went to 99 minutes, but I believe it was it was right at the end of the promised time added on.
No. Yeah.
But it was just like, it seemed like the last play of the game, and honestly, it seemed like the last play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, listen, Liverpool back top. And obviously City won, so they're within a point of them. If Arsenal win, which you think they will against Sheffield United, they'll be 2 behind them. It's a 3-horse race, and I mean it's unfortunate that our team's not in it, but it's probably the best title race there's been in probably 10 years plus, I'd say.
We haven't had a close one like this for a while, and
not with 3 teams.
Seems like Liverpool carrying a lot of injuries, so I don't know if they'll be limping over the line. They're sort of hanging on there, but I kind of fancy them to be third at the moment, even though they're top, just for the injuries they're carrying along. But, they've got big personalities in their squad. I think Van Dijk is huge for them. If they lose Van Dijk, season's over, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But, look, it's going to be a tight one, man. I think this year's going to be settled on the last day, and that's exciting. But
I agree.
So they're missing a few players. They're still getting the job done, but I'll tell you what, they didn't look that convincing against Forest. Forest had some opportunities, and they're lucky that Gibbs is Gordon
Gibbs White. Yeah.
He's so bad, man. How is that guy $50 million? I have no idea. He's like,
please.
The Anthony of Nottingham Forest. So
don't listen. Don't be mean to the guy. I mean, you can say he's bad, but you don't have to, personally crush his career by saying he's Anthony. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. You can be, you don't have to be that harsh to him.
I can just see Man United. We're going to go buy more Gibbs White now and just bring him over.
Listen, on touching on him, we'll touch on it when we get to them. But Anthony and Amrabat, you guys are done, mate. And I'll touch on that when we're like mate. It's terrible, but we will touch on that. But yeah, I actually agree with you. I think Liverpool are. There's 2 sides of the coin. One side, people will say, "Oh, it's the championship winning team, getting the job done." But I believe like they look more vulnerable than the other 2. Arsenal are smashing teams, and Man City are getting the job done pretty convincingly. Like if Arsenal come out tonight and score another 4-5, that's like 6 games in a row or something, or 5 games in a row where they've hit 4+. So that they're like, I don't know, man. Listen, I don't like any of them really, but I want Arsenal to win it. They just, I don't know, maybe the pain of last year's got them going. I don't know what it is. They just look more convincing than Liverpool. But that could all change. Liverpool come out and start ripping it for all we know. But I do agree with that. So, I don't know. Listen, go Arsenal.
They're wounded at the moment, so
they are.
But yeah, I don't want them to win.
They are. So. Yeah. Zakal says hi, KP and Johnny G and everyone on the chat. What up, Zakal?
No way, man.
KO the end. Captain Childo says go Chelsea. Unbelievable. They drew. We'll get to that. They turned on him, man. They turned on him, the fans. Like, it's the first time they've turned on him, but we'll talk about that. Rob says, hey,
Hey.
Rob is just waiting to just grind into us. I'm telling you, once we just.
Oh, yeah, forgot about
Listen, I want to hear everyone's point of view. If in like the 95th, I can't remember what minute it was. Diogo Dalot. We'll talk about it later when we talk about it. He got given a foul against him for the exact same thing that Kyle Walker did to Rashford when Rashford was through and they went down the other end and equalised. Mate, the decisions, that referee, they should be ashamed of themselves in that, man. I'm not saying it because I'm a United fan. It's happened to everyone this year. United, Liverpool, they're fucking terrible, man. When you're running as fast as Marcus Rashford can run, a touch like that is going to make you go down. I don't care what anyone says, but we'll get to that. So listen, I agree with you about Liverpool. We'll go to the next one. This one, man, I got completely wrong. I thought they were vulnerable, and I actually tipped Wolves at St. James Park, but Newcastle spanked them 3-0. Yeah, listen. I didn't really, because it was all on Goal Rush. It was hard to watch any of them. It was just, you're seeing goals. So, but listen, they spanked them. I don't know. They Wolves, listen, for a team like that, you expect that. Not like you expect them, they're getting wins. Then they're going to have a win like that where it's, they're going to get sort of their asses handed to them, really. Zakal says, before John says what he's got to say, NRL and AFL season is back, starting on Thursday. That's absolutely right. The boys will be live on Thursday, and I believe we'll Friday as well. Rob says the refereeing inconsistency is disgusting. There you go. Favours the higher ranked teams nearly every time. So he's a City fan. And Childo's pumped about the AFL and NRL as well. But yeah, I don't know, man. Newcastle, Wolves had to get done eventually, didn't they? They've been on a good run.
Yeah, I think they lost midweek in the League Cup? No, FA Cup.
2 in a row.
They lost. Yeah, so. But we had this game going on another screen actually when I was watching Forest, and Wolves had some opportunities.
You actually watching it a bit better.
Yeah. They actually had opportunities, but they just and Newcastle goals were sort of lucky. So the 3-0 scoreline doesn't really show what the actual game was. But look, I think Newcastle were a better team in the end, and it was a hard ask for Wolves away from home at Newcastle. The form was there for Wolves, but yeah, it just goes to show, it changes quickly in soccer. So Newcastle get points.
That's it. But yeah, power to them, man. I think they're Newcastle probably fighting for conference or Europa now. That's the I don't know whether they do it or not, but Wolves as well fighting for Europe too. So it was a big game. It's a traditional 6-pointer, that one, as we like to say. But yeah. That takes us to this one. I thought was shock as well. After we were all, I was shocked that Fulham beat Man United, but then they follow it up spanking Brighton, like 3-0. That's, Brighton are the darlings now. De Zerbi, he's the best manager in the world, but then when they lose and think, what I get about him is when they win, right, and they play well, everyone talks about how good he is and how good they do. But when they lose, no one says a word. Do you notice that?
Yeah, kind of like a free hit when it comes to.
But every time, how many free hits do you get?
I think when you're at a club like Brighton, you just get free hits. If you're playing decent football and you're getting the good results here and there, it's just a different level. Like once say De Zerbi goes to Man United,
he can't do that.
Do you know what I mean? It's just we're just scrutinised. We're just a scrutinised club. That just goes to show where Brighton is as a football club compared to stature. I'm not saying De Zerbi is a bad coach, but I don't think he's ready for a job like Man United.
I agree. I think that's why he's not ready, because of this sort of stuff. If that happens at United, Liverpool, even Liverpool, they're going to looking for a manager next year. That won't fly with them. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, this year's the year of chop and changing managers. Really, we know Klopp's leaving, and it's starting to look like Ineos might come in and just say, "Hey, look, we want to put our own man in there. So we'll see.
100%.
Yeah, so it could be a few different chops and changes. You could see De Zerbi go anywhere. He could go to Leverkusen to take over Xabi Alonso. He could go anywhere. So
100%. Well, the thing is, you look who's going to be looking for managers, man. I believe Madrid are going to want a manager. So that's going to make Ancelotti available for one. Leverkusen are going to want a manager because Alonso's going to go somewhere. So that's two. Bayern Munich definitely getting a manager because Tuchel's going to be available and that job's going to be free. Man United probably available. So then Eric Ten Hag's available. So that's four. Two of those clubs are absolutely... three, sorry. Madrid, Bayern Munich, Man United, three of the biggest clubs in the world looking for managers. Could they change? I could see Eric going to Bayern Munich, actually, because he was already there. He was their reserves coach. Then you got Liverpool as well. So Liverpool, four of the biggest clubs in the world are going to be looking for managers.
Well, Xavi as well, who come out and said he'll probably leave at the end of the year.
Yeah, he's leaving. Yeah, but sorry, so he's gone too. So five of probably the five biggest clubs in the world, really, when you think about it. Bayern Munich, Man United, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Liverpool. That arguably the five biggest clubs in the world all want a new manager at the end of the year. We're assuming they all do, but at least four of them do.
It's just funny how they just change managers, they swap managers. I'll take him, you take him. Just see.
Yeah, I know. See, Rob said, I'm thinking Alonso might stay and try win a UCL with Leverkusen. But I think the pool's too big because it's Bayern Munich are going to go for him. Imagine Madrid go for him. Man United won't because of the Liverpool, but Liverpool are going to go for him.
You can just tell, if Xabi Alonso wins the German league, right?
He's going to win it. Bayern Munich drew again.
I think Bayern Munich will win it next year, whoever the manager is.
I agree.
And Xabi will regress, and it's just the way it is, with those sorts of teams. So if I was Xabi and I wanted a big job and it come to me at the end of this season, I would probably take it, to be honest. Don't risk it for a year.
The thing is about Bayern Munich, everyone is saying that Klopp would never go there, right? But are you telling me after a humiliating year, because that's what it is to them, they're not going to go hammer and tongs for the best German manager now that he's available? Are you telling me they're not going to have conversations with him? Surely they're going to...
They probably will go for him. They probably, but will Klopp...
I'm not saying he will, but surely they're going to try for him.
You just don't know. Is there loyalty in football anymore? Do you go to a club like...
But what's his loyalty? He managed Dortmund. He played for a second div German team. It's not like it's a Liverpool to Man United thing.
No. He's done that. He's done that buffer gap. You know what I mean? Where he's left Germany, he's gone. How long? How many years? It's been at least 7 years, 8 years. How many years?
Yeah, I think so. 7, 8.
Yeah, so he's had a big time frame in between. So I don't think. Yeah, it could be. He could go straight to Bayern Munich. Does he want time? Is that why he's leaving? He's a bit.
I reckon he reckons he's tired, but when you're sitting at the Allianz Arena getting paid money and usually your team is winning without you doing anything, you're not very stressed, are you? So.
I think Pep Guardiola had that excuse as well once upon a time. Said
he took a sabbatical. That's why he rejected United.
Yeah.
So, but Rob makes a good point. He says June/July is Euros and Copa America. Lots of changes of coaches. There'll be, new play. There'll be, there's always a star that comes out of a Copa America or a Euro. Could see Ancelotti at Brazil, Real Madrid. They'll need a coach. I think he's leaving. So, like I said, the five biggest clubs in the world probably looking for a coach. But anyway, take us on to the next one. Either moment, I don't know if he's there, but I tipped West Ham both games. They beat Brentford, and then they went to Goodison, and they won 3-1. West Ham back on track, 6 points out of 6. Big win for them. I mean, not as devastating for Everton considering they got 4 points of that 10 back, but still bad. They can't win at home.
Yeah, I mean, I think Everton were winning here, and they couldn't hold on. West Ham, too good. I've seen them in goal rush, and
Souček, that goal he scored, the chest and the volley,
Yeah,
That was a
so
cracker, bro.
I think is it Paqueta that's the came
Paqueta.
back?
Since he's been back, they've won.
Yeah, so he's been a big boost for them, and you can tell why Man City wanted him. He's a good player.
See,
So
what happened with him? What happened with him with Man City? Did he get done gambling or something? Is that what it was? Apparently, they pulled out. It wasn't to do with. It was something out of soccer.
I didn't. I thought they just overpriced him. West Ham.
No. I think something happened with him, and City pulled out like a not to do with soccer, but a gambling thing. Like he was out, and he got caught out, and they didn't want that. Our new CEO, what's his name, didn't want that, reputation sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's
I don't know.
But yeah. Well, I didn't know that, but yeah, he's actually
He's a
playing
good player.
for West Ham at the moment. He's been a boost ever since he's been back in. So
He's wicked.
West Ham still in contention of some sort of Europe. I just don't know what places get what anymore in the Premier League, but I guess they're in the contention.
You won't know until you won't know until the Champions League ends how good the teams do in the Champions League, because they'll go to the league or they won't. And then if they get the coefficiency, 5 spots will go to the league. And let's say Man City win the FA Cup and they're already in the Champions League, their Europa League spot will go to the league. And so you just don't know to the end of the year. But you assume 6th, 7th Europa, and then conference is 8th. But it could be an extra team. You don't know. So, but yeah, huge win for West Ham. They went on the break for the 3rd goal, because Everton were just going for it. But yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, well done, West Ham. They're back on it.
Up the hammers. I tipped them.
Happy for my uncle. He's a big West Ham fan. So
he'll be the uncle will be spewing Wolves lost.
Yeah. I think he's just happy that they're not getting relegated, really. So
True.
Yeah.
All right. This takes us to the one we're talking about. Childo said go Chelsea. Chelsea 2, Brentford 2, and the supporters turned on Pochman. They've been talking about. Yeah, they're talking about it in the media. They're going at him, booing him. So, listen, I don't know. It's a hard place to go, Brentford. Turn on him when they lose at home. I don't get turning on him away at 2-2.
Must have been City subs or something, man. It must have been, because, I think they were winning 2-1. Was it? I reckon they went up.
I think so. They were winning. Yeah, they were winning.
Were they winning, or was it Brentford that were winning?
No, I think they were winning, and then that Brentford scored. He scored a nice goal, I think, the equaliser. I'm pretty sure they were winning.
Yeah, I think they were definitely winning 1-0, but I reckon Brentford went 2-1, but I don't know. But, yeah, look, like you said, Brentford's not an easy place to go, man, especially these days. They've got some good players. They're like a good mid-table club at the moment. So, but to be fair, look, it's been 27 games, 26 games, whatever Chelsea have played, and what are they, 10th or something?
Yeah. Let's look
I think the fans have a bit of a,
They're 11th, and they've played 26 out of the 27.
They're 11th, and they've spent, $1 billion, really, in the 2 seasons?
It's funny, man. When you look at it, you think how much money they spent. And if you look at the names on their team, you go through it, the keeper, I don't even know him. And then they got Robert Sanchez, the other keeper. Right back, Reece James is injured. They got Gusto playing. No idea who he is. Thiago Silva's 47. And then they got Badashu or Colwell. They don't know who they play. Left back, don't know him. Centre mid, Fernandez. Okay, he's won a World Cup and that, but he's 20. He's 21 or something. Conor Gallagher. If you spent that much money, you got Conor Gallagher and Nicholas Jackson. It just... For the money they've spent, the team looks like crap. You would think you spent that much money, it's got to look better than that, even on paper, and it doesn't.
Concedo hasn't worked out yet for him.
Him as well.
I think they spent a lot of money on that Mudryk guy. He hasn't been hitting heights. And they've
haven't seen him. You've seen him lately? I haven't even seen him.
Yeah, just a lot of money on wingers that look like they haven't worked out. And Kuku keeps getting injured.
Yeah, Kuku gets injured all the time.
To be fair, Gallagher's probably this.
He has. It's been like their best player. But, you know what I mean? They really shouldn't even be playing.
I know. So, and they're thinking about even selling Conor Gallagher this year. So
to make money for FFP.
Yeah, so I think I'll probably take Conor Gallagher, but yeah, it's just
Why didn't
yeah.
Man United buy Conor Gallagher instead of Mason Mount?
Oh, dude, don't get me started. Mason Mount is just like he's not even a real player.
He's like an AI.
You know, like if you got not enough players in FM, they give you like this
That
player that's
regen
faded.
when if you got like too many injured goalkeepers, like that's remember me
Yeah,
against PSG, they gave me the faded player.
Yeah, like a faded player that you can't use. That's Mount. Like he's there, but you can't use him. He's just a waste of
Absolutely.
money. But yeah, look, Chelsea, man, they've got a conundrum, don't they? They've spent badly, a bit like Man United. They're a very young team. I'll give them that. We've got a few older heads than them. Bar they got Silver. But yeah, man, I wouldn't be too hard on Poch. I'd say next year be hard on Poch. If he's not in the top 4 race next year, then then boo him and do what you got to do. Yeah,
I agree. But in saying that, that takes us over to the most depressing game of the round. 2:00 in the morning this morning here, our time anyway. Manchester derby, Man City 3, Manchester United 1. It started off all rosy. Rashford scored.
Oh, what a cracker!
I'll tell you what. The only goal that's probably going to beat that for goal of the year is his teammate, Garnacho's scissor kick. They're probably going to be first and second for goal of the season, aren't they? That was, but what a goal! But yeah, it meant nothing.
You can see how much it meant for Rashford in that celebration. He was pumped. He was really pumped in that celebration.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't do too much after the goal. But look,
no one did really.
He gets the goal. He's sort of done his job for what we need from him against Man City. So we just need him to work hard and just put a bit of pressure on the back four. But to be fair, look, man, they had so much possession. So Rashford, you're just going to get so tired. I feel like they should have dragged Rashford on the second half. But yeah, what do we say, man? Look, at 3-1, at least it wasn't what we all feel it could have been. So
no, but you know what though? Like we were talking about it before, and I said I'll touch on it now. Listen, they did have all this possession, they had all that. One of the goals Onana should have saved. I give a shit what anyone says. He got a hand to it, and it was fucking terrible hand. The guy, how that guy's cost 50 million, mate. I said it last week. I know there's a few people that have said we're going in on our players, a bit upset about it, but man, put your foot to it if you can't get your hand down, just like De Gea would have. Like he should have saved that. The third one, Amrabat gives him a goal. And the other one, that was a foul on Rashford, man. I don't care what anyone says. It was a good finish by Foden. But
it's weird.
He doesn't have a right foot, and he pushes him into his left foot. Whoever that, I can't remember who it was, Lindelof, I think. But it was a foul. That's a foul. If that happens in the middle of the pitch, they're calling a foul. But because he knew if he called that foul, he had to send Kyle Walker off, the ref didn't have the balls to do it. And people will say it's soft, whatever, but that's the game now. That's a foul. And that's my opinion, and nothing else would change that.
If it was at Old Trafford, I bet you they would have called it.
I agree. Yeah. Rob said missed chances in a derby could have gone either. Yeah, he did. We did miss chances too, but man, it's one of the biggest games of the year in regards to the Premier League. Man, the officials got to get it right, man. If a guy hits someone down when he's last man, fucking do something about it. Don't just let it go and let them score. And then you've got VAR. VAR is meant for that exact purpose. Take it back. I don't care how good of a goal it was and disallow it because he fouled him, bro. But, and then that could change the whole game. That could legit change the whole game because he was last man.
I think Man United, I know people talk about the possession and now I honestly think, what else could we do? You know what I mean? Really,
no, I think he went in with the right, I actually think Ten Hag went in the right way.
Yeah, I mean, really it's men against boys if we have to be honest. It's just, what are we going to do, man? If we tried to play any other way, we probably would have been carved up.
Of course.
But you're totally right, Haaland missed a complete sitter, so that was I don't know
Yeah,
how he
listen,
missed
I'm
that.
not
It's
saying
like
I'm not saying they weren't the better team, but
what he won, but yeah.
it's I know.
It's just sad. Like, this is what we are now. You know, I mean, we go to Man City and we're just like we can't even hold the ball. You know what I mean? We can't string a few passes. We can't.
See,
relieve the pressure.
Rob said on a better day, United go in 3-1 up at halftime because Rashford did. He missed. Listen, he scored a cracker. He did miss 2 chances. But man, no, like you said, even Haaland, no one's going to score every chance. It's
No.
you get a. If every player scored every chance, games would be 10-1 and 10-0. It's. But like Onana's got to save that goal, man. When Foden shot, he didn't even hit it cleanly. Like
that's the second one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the second one when they went 2-1 up.
Not the cracker.
No. The other one when he got through and he hit it and it bobbled on the ground. He like got a hand to it. It's like, dude,
Yeah, I know what he's saying. Yeah, I know. I mean, we're used to De Gea,
No, but see, even Rob said, he's written it here, yes, extremely poor effort from Onana. It is, man. Like, you got to save that. Like, you play for your national team, man. You're £50 million. You're playing for Man United. Like, I don't care if you can juggle a ball on your, your special area. But if you can't stop a ball from going in the net, you're fucking useless, man.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm not, like I said, City were the better team. I'm not saying they weren't, but, crap officiating. Amrabat, man, and Anthony, I don't know how those guys are professionals. I'm serious. I do not know how Anthony, they come off the bench. How is Amrabat, we've gone and Anthony, how 90 million's been spent on him? Whoever sanctioned that should go into a different field of expertise. Get out of soccer, get out of football. You've got no idea. There's no way anyone watched him and said he's shit. He's got to go.
Has anyone ever pulled Ten Hag up on this in the press? That's just saying, listen, Anthony used to be your player at Ajax. Did you think you guys should have paid 90 million for him to come?
Yeah, right. No way, because they only let their people in the press conferences, man. You know that. If they think someone is going to challenge them, they don't let them in. They script their things for them.
We've seen bad players get bought from Man United in the past. We've seen the
Anthony's bad, bro.
Jembers.
Yeah, but not for 90 million. Bebe came for 2 million.
Yeah, I know. We've seen some poor players, but is he our most expensive player? No, he's not more than Pogba. Pogba's still.
But he's close.
He's close. He's close to Pogba status, and is he even a championship winger?
No way, man. No.
Can you get into the Leicester team?
Listen, shame on Man United. Shame on Man United that he gets picked for Man United. Shame on Brazil that they pick him. He's shit. Like, I don't know.
He needs to change his club, because obviously he can't do it at Man United. It's too big for him at Man United. He might play at a club that's with less pressure. He might show it's better player, but
I'll read a few of these. Rob says tight angle, poor shot. Everything is in favour for Onana to save it. That's what I'm saying. Leroy says 100%. What up, Leroy? Rob says even when Amrabat lost the ball, the defence should be in position just in case. Defending in the Premier League is shocking. I agree. It was terrible. It's like he just gave it to him. Zakal says, hey, Rob and King of the North. Yeah, it's crap. Anthony can't step up physically. The best league he can do is France, Rob is saying. And what do they say about France? Farmers League. Everyone says it. So, the moment says Alvarez from Ajax at West Ham, killing it, 30 million. Future captain, they say. Shamrabat, and he played for Eric Ten Hag the moment. He had Alvarez and Kudos, who were at West Ham, but he bought... Listen, I like Martinez. He's been unfortunate with injuries, so I would never shoot him down about Lisandro Martinez. I think he's a great signing. Unfortunate with this bad injury, but he could have got Kudos for 40 million instead of Anthony, who's ripping it at West Ham. But we got Anthony, and he could have got Alvarez as a defensive midfielder who had playing for him instead of Amrabat. 30 million. And Alvarez he's blitzing.
The problem United got, man, like our best 11 is very rare to get it on the pitch. Like if
100%.
We can have our best 11 every week, we will do all right this season. We'll probably, I don't know about challenging for the title, but I do believe we'll be in that fourth spot at minimum.
100%.
The players he's relying on to be in that best 11 is just Luke Shaw, who you're probably not going to get full seasons out of because he's getting niggles a lot. Obviously, Martinez has just not been here this season. Varane, he can't play 2 games in a week.
And the thing is, and you know what? In saying that, he did. He played 3 games. He played FA Cup, a league, and he played again against Man City. So
he's probably spewing about the way he complains about playing so much. And then you got Dalot. He's probably in our best 11.
He's been our best player. Dalot, Garnacho are our best 2 players this year, in my opinion.
And look, without Højlund, we just don't have I still love Rashford off the left more than him up front. So they need depth. They need the right players. They need to get rid of. It seems like every year we need to get rid of Deadwood. I don't know, man. We're going to take a loss on Anthony. We're going to take a loss on Sancho.
We're going to take a loss on Maguire.
Yeah, obviously Maguire. I heard some guy on TalkSport saying McTominay, we should build around McTominay, which is just a joke. Pardew. But
that's why he's on TalkSport, not managing anymore.
Oh God!
I heard Don Hutchinson was with Tim Sherwood, and they said, "You telling me it's not because Don Hutchinson is Scottish that Scott McTominay is a better number 10 than Bruno Fernandes?" They said that on live TV.
It's terrible.
Listen, Bruno's not playing good, but anyone that thinks that you shouldn't even be commentating. You're an idiot.
I wonder what any of us are thinking, like, wow, everything on top of this, and plus we need a new stadium. Like, it just seems like a list, even Santa Claus can't fill right now. So,
yeah. Listen, I actually agree with this point Rob said. He goes, it seems moving Rashford out of position hurts Man United a lot. Are you better off putting a youngster up front and at least keeping Rashford in his position because he'll take defenders with him? I agree with that. I thought just put Diallo up front or something and leave him on the left where he's best. But,
it's a weird one because we don't have any natural strikers.
We don't. That's right. Yeah, I agree.
Even in the youth, like, is it McNeil?
McNeil.
I think we've loaned him out. I think any striker we had is loaned out and
injured.
Yeah, or injured or just like winger players type players, inside forward type players. So we don't have. I've never seen Man United have as least strikers as this in my life.
I know. It's terrible.
It's crazy.
Listen, I'll read a few of these. Chris is in the chat. He says, hey, all been flat out. Zach Al says, good luck with everyone for their NRL and AFL this year. John's NRL team, who does he support again? Who do you support?
The Storm.
Storm, there you go. Leroy's paying me out, says, rough job.
I couldn't speak.
Yeah. Rob is saying other teams can claim injuries, like, you buy that. The problem is with United, I agree with that, Rob, but our depth, we bought a backup left back. He's been injured all year. Our first choice left back is injured. Right back's injured. We've only got one right back. So, he's playing every game. No strikers. Højlund and Martial both injured. So that's 7. Who else is there? I think it's everywhere. Like Casemiro only just came back. Martinez is injured. So that's 10 players just off the top of my head.
It just goes to show that Ineos are doing it properly. I believe that they're hiring the right people because these people were just going into season just thinking, yeah, we'll be right. You know what I mean? It's just the poor planning of you. It seems like there's no planning with United. Just, we'll be right. Sure, hold up for the year. They knew Malacia was injured.
Yeah, no. And they let Reguilon go. Like,
yeah, even one Basaka, he's just been injury. So what about if Delo goes down? I just don't understand.
we're done. If he goes down, we're done.
You know what I mean? Lindelof's playing sometimes there. You got Amrabat playing left back. You know what I mean? It's just like
He's terrible.
see, this is supposed to be Man United. We're not some amateur team where you can just say, "Come do us a job there." You know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah.
can't believe the state of our club. It's just it seems the longer this season goes on, the more holes and problems this team has. And people say Ten Hag out. I'm telling you right now, you know, you put any manager in this situation,
They're going to struggle. They're going to struggle.
It's dire, man. It's dire.
Nah, I agree. Leroy's upset about Rashford, man, saying for real, not happy about it. The moment says, so true, KP, rare recruiting victory for us in regards to West Ham with Alvarez and Kudos. Yeah, listen, the moment you're here, I'll back West Ham, man. Listen, all the people here, see the pinned comment. Can anyone guess the name on this shirt? Aeon, 2010-11. John reckons he knows it, but he's not doing it. He's not saying it yet. This is the top that Rooney scored the scissor kick against.
Because I reckon the same
City.
top.
You reckon you got the same one? I reckon you do. John's not allowed to guess. Anyone else got a guess? 2010-11. The moment says Tevez with a question mark.
I've got
Good
a
guess.
Tevez. You got a Tevez top. I've got a Tevez top, I reckon.
Leroy says Chicharito.
I think
this.
that's it.
Leroy.
Yeah.
Didn't spell it very good. But got it.
I got the exact same top.
How good was Chicharito, man? That year.
He was one of my favorite players, man.
I remember he was the best.
That backwards, like hit backwards header.
Yeah, it was the best. I remember when we signed him and they said to Ferguson, why'd you sign him after the World Cup? And Ferguson goes, scoring goals for him is like crushing peas. He goes, that's how easy it is for him.
He's probably one of the best poachers we've had, huh?
Oh, he was a legend, man.
Van Nistelrooy a poacher, really?
Yeah, Van Nistelrooy was better Van Nistelrooy is the best finisher I think I've ever seen at our club. But Chicharito was just...
He could sneak a goal, Chicharito.
Yeah, man. Out of nothing, like doing like you said, like a scorpion move or something. He was... Yeah. Leroy reckons he was the best, man. Oh my God, he was. He was absolutely the best.
All the great strikers we've had, like we've had a few at a time, and
we'd kill for Chicharito right now. Chicharito he didn't even make our starting lineup. We'd kill for him now.
Yeah, we would. We would, man.
Yeah. He was good for a while. Cheeky, good in short area. The moment says, and Leroy says he was wild. All right, listen. Like we said, we're not obviously not happy about the derby. Even Rob, a lot of us have agreed the officiating wasn't good. But listen, in the end, City still deserved the win. But
yeah,
you know, is what it is. We take a. Listen, I truly believe Rashford's goal. The only thing that's stopping him winning goal of the season is his teammate, the scissor kick from Garnacho. It's the only goal better I've seen this year.
He hit it perfectly, and it comes.
It was a cracker, bro. First timer off the bar looks wicked.
It does. It always makes it look good. So look, I'm happy for Rashford. I hope that builds his confidence. I hope that he connects with the fans a bit more after that, because all you got to do is perform.
And we'll be happy. Yeah.
If you put 100% in and you get the goals, you know what I mean. Everything's forgiven. It always is in football. So just do your talking on the pitch, Rashford, and love will come again, man.
Listen, you know what the thing is about him, like. What you said before we go on and give our tips and that, I was more happy about his celebration, man, than the goal. To be honest, he looked.
Yeah, I mean, he did the old thinking thing, like
but that's his thing. But you could see the passion in his eyes, like he was trying to say, "I'm a United fan too." Like, listen, I'm sorry, whatever. This means something to me. You could see that in his celebration. And listen, whatever, we've been digging him out. Everyone has, but you got to give him another chance, though. Yeah, you could tell. That's what I believe. But Reborn says hello. Everyone's saying, "Hey, Reborn."
So,
Let's
man,
get into the fixtures, man. And I believe United are kicking it off. I think let's get it up there. Oh, actually, sorry, there is a game tomorrow. We'll talk about that quickly. Sheffield United hosting Arsenal. I believe Arsenal are going to spank them. I said that last week.
Yeah, I mean, Sheffield United's just going to be another present for them to take home to the championship.
Yeah, Rob says, come on, Sheffield. Listen, come on, Arsenal, please.
Please, Rob, no one wants to see
City win it.
City win the Premier. Okay,
I don't want to see City or Liverpool win it. I don't want it to come from the northwest, Rob, because Man United can't win it. It's got to go to London. I'm sorry.
There's about 10 people. There's probably 10 fans in the world that want to see Man City win, and then the rest.
Leroy reckons Arsenal for the win.
You know, I'm shocked that I know Rob is a Man City fan. Like, I don't know any other Man City fans of his generation.
Rob's the only Man City fan. Until recently, I've met a couple young ones at soccer, but for years he's the only one I knew in person, and he's been supporting him since he was young.
Yeah, which is amazing because our generation and older, you don't really see Man City fans unless they're plastic fans and they're just the glory hunters that go, okay, I'll go for Man City now because they're the best.
That's right, dude. You know I've seen photos. I've seen Rob's high school. I've seen Rob's high school photos, and in all his high school photos, every year, 10, 11, 12, he's wearing a Man City top. So he can say he's been a Man City fan since they died.
I'll give you kudos for that, but you should have been a United fan, Rob. If you love Manchester, it was all United. We were the glue club.
Yeah. Rob says, I have Man City fan friends in the Middle East.
In the middle.
The moment says, 2 of my nephews are Man City fans. It's the new Gen Z, but that's the thing, the moment. That's what's going to happen because they're winning. They're eventually going to grow fans, aren't they? Just like Chelsea did. And, it's...
Like, we're late 30s. We're late 30s when you meet people who love football like us. They're either Liverpool, Arsenal, even Newcastle,
But even the generations before were either Liverpool or Man United because, like our dads, because United had success back in the day, as Liverpool did. There's a lot of Leeds fans as well because Leeds had success in the 70s, So, yeah, it is what it is. But listen, I think Arsenal are going to spank. But to start off the week, I think it's United Everton, which is back to a good time slot, 11 o'clock on Saturday night.
That's a great time. Beautiful.
Great time. Listen, I'm always going to tip United 4-0.
I think we win this game, but I think it's going to be difficult. I think Sean Dyche, is going to dig in and make it really difficult for us. I don't think it's like a just nail on 3 points for United. But look, you got to tip United at home against Everton. Everton have been poor of late. They've had the odd result here and there that's keeping them in the hunt of staying up. But look, if United don't win this, we might as well just, all right, we'll see you in September, man. You know what I mean?
The thing is, when we played them last time, we were under the pump.
Yeah.
When we played them last time, we were under the pump, and that's when they got deducted 10 points. And we ended up smacking them 3-0. So Rob reckons 1-0. McTominay had a 88th minute.
I'll take it, man. I'll take it. The way we're playing.
Do you know what, though? Mate, if you could bet on that, I would, because that's fucking... Tell you what, that's... Fucking hell. That's where we've gone.
Man. We need a McTominay winner of some sort.
The moment says, I'm still waiting to meet a Leicester fan.
Well, my ex, she was Leicester fan. She was from
Leicester.
Yeah,
but that's you actually went to Leicester. But here in Australia, there isn't many Leicester fans, I don't think, either. I think he's right.
Yes.
Going there, you're obviously going to meet him because you went there. But
yeah,
he's right. Here in Australia, there ain't many.
I'm trying to think of Australians here. No, I don't.
I don't know any Aussies here. He's right.
There's a lot of football heads at my work. There's a Wolves fan at my work. There's Newcastle fans at my work.
I know. I've met heaps of Wolves fans. Villa fan. I know heaps of Villa fans because of the Cypriots in Birmingham. Many Villa fans. Heaps of Arsenal fans again because of the Cypriots and that. Heaps of United fans. Heaps of Liverpool.
Yeah.
I know Everton
But-
ones. I know Nottingham Forest fans. Don't know. Yeah, he's right. Leicester's a weird one. I know Leeds fans.
Because I've been to Leicester, that's the only reason I've met.
Yeah, that's
all of
right. Exactly right. Hey, that's a good shout. Good shout.
them.
After they won the title, no one jumped on, from what I can tell.
I think
No one jumped on the bandwagon.
I tipped him to get relegated the year after, and they were bottom for
You
so
came
long.
close. You remember we were talking about it, and then it happened the year after, I think so, or something like. Whenever it happened, I don't know.
Yeah, so
Listen. Oh well, whatever. But I do agree. The next one is Bournemouth, Sheffield United at Bournemouth.
I mean, this game could go either way, just because it could surprise you. Sheffield United, they're going to get the odd win here and there coming home in the season. But look, if you're betting on this game, I wouldn't bet on Sheffield United. So,
Yeah,
but
you got to go Bournemouth.
I'm tipping Bournemouth, but I wouldn't be surprised if you get like a bit of an upset.
Rob says Bournemouth 3-1. I reckon Bournemouth 2-0. I'm going Bournemouth. Next one, Crystal Palace hosting Luton. Man, I want Luton to win, eh? I think I don't know. They haven't been good away from home, but I think they're not bad, man. I'm going to go Luton. I'm just going to go Luton.
I tipped Luton to survive this year, and I'm rooting for them, man. It's just like
4 points they're off it. You reckon they can do it?
It's a small club, man. It's like you're rooting for these guys. Like, come on, man, stay up.
And they play at Kenilworth Road, man. We used to go to Kenilworth all the time.
Yeah, that's it. Look, I reckon Palace will win this, just because it's they're at home. But come on, Luton. I'll tip a draw. Luton get a point.
Tip a draw. There you go. I'm going Luton in a. You know what? I don't think it'll be like scrappy. I think it's going to be goals. I'm going to go Luton 3-2. Rob's going Crystal Palace 3-2. I'm going to go the other way. Luton 3-2.
Three different.
This will actually be a good one, I reckon. Wolves hosting Fulham. Fulham coming off 2 massive wins against Man United and Brighton. Got to go to Wolves, who had up until recently been in real good form. They're hard to beat at Molineux. That could be a good game, man.
It will be, because both teams play pretty open, so I think that would be an exciting one to watch. I think there'll be goals as well.
Yeah, I reckon there will be too.
I'm going for a draw, man. 2-2, exciting game, draw. 2-2.
Oh, the moment says Hatters for the win. Rob says Wolves 4-0. You're going 2-2.
Wow.
You know what? I'm going Wolves. Maybe not 4-0. I think there'll be goals either way. Could be like a 3-2 or something.
Fulham won 2 in a row, lads.
I know, and they pumped Brighton too, man.
They just knocked off United and Brighton, so
Close game. Wolves just are the moment says. Yeah, I reckon it's like close. Like could be goals in it, like 2-1, 3-2, something like that. But either way, I agree. It could go anyway.
Good watch that one.
And then another London derby, Arsenal Brentford. Listen, if Arsenal, let's say they do smack Sheffield United tomorrow, and they got Brentford, I think they'll smack Brentford too, eh? Yeah, at the Emirates.
It's just when you see Arsenal playing against these clubs at the moment, you just can't pick anything but an Arsenal landslide. They look determined to be right there at the end of the year for that, that Prem. And look, we're obviously Team Arsenal because Man United can't win, and we don't want Man City to win, and we don't want Liverpool to win. So I hope they do win because, I'll be.
Listen, it is it's a real good title race, and it's a real good relegation race. It's actually a real good league this year. If you're a neutral, the league is really good this year. Except for Chelsea. Except for us and
Chelsea. If you're a Chelsea fan or Man United fan, it's sad.
It's Hess. If you're a Chelsea or Man United, it's absolutely Hess. But everyone else, it's interesting. So Chelsea just lingered in 10th, 11th forever.
Do you remember You remember when we were really good winning Prems and we were just like, Liverpool, they're always down there,
Yeah, I know.
This is the best feeling. And now Liverpool are in that box seat, laughing at us.
Yeah. Rob actually makes a good point. Well, that's true. We're saying about Arsenal smacking in that Europe this week as well. So, listen, Arsenal are losing 1-0 to Porto, so they might. Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Porto played really well against them, actually.
They did, man. They did. So, yeah, that's a Chelsea are high class, Hess. The moment says. They are, man. They're terrible.
They are high class, yes.
But, yeah, listen. That's a good point, Europe. I forgot about Europe. So that means Villa got Europe. Arsenal got Europe. City, are they comfortably up in their game? I can't remember.
Oh, who'd they play? Jeez.
I actually can't remember, to be honest. I can't remember. So, £1 billion bottle jobs, Reborn says.
They've got someone easy, I bet.
Oh, they always get someone easy. £1 billion bottle jobs, Reeves says. I totally agree, Reeves. All right. City 3-1 up, playing against Copenhagen. There you go, from our group. That beat us.
No, Copenhagen, what a test.
Well, enthralling match. All right, that takes us to this is a huge game. Huge game in the title race. It's at a good time, Sunday night, 11:30. Aston Villa Spurs. Oh, before you go, our resident Chelsea fan has jumped in. Johnny Carlton says, you do realise Chelsea is one game behind from 7th to 12th. And when we beat Newcastle, we're sitting 2 points from 6th. Yeah, but I say this all the time, Johnny. If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, it'd be Christmas every day, man. You know what I mean? Like, they're 11th.
I don't know many Chelsea fans. So
No, I know Johnny Carlton, that's it. Listen,
so
don't worry, Johnny, we're just... It's the only team we can pay out, Johnny, because Man United suck too.
Yeah,
so Villa Spurs, Rob reckons 4-3. Too close to call. I think there's going to be goals. I do believe it's going to be goals.
Yeah, these two are just attacking teams. They
go high.
They play high. It just seems like both are going to be open up defensively.
Yeah.
I'm going Spurs, man. I'm going Spurs.
Spurs at Villa Park?
Yeah, I think at Villa, I think this game's going to suit Tottenham.
Yeah, I actually do think it suits them too. I agree.
I think it suits them. It's just throwing it out there. 3-2 Tottenham.
Listen, I think Villa, the way they play so high, if Heung-min Son is on and he's getting in behind, you ain't stopping him like with that high line. But listen, it's a tight one to call. I'm with Rob and Reeves, and even you. Like, it's really tight. I'm going to go Spurs just for Ange, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I could see a 4-3, like Rob said. If this ends up being a 1-0, listen, it could happen, but I'll be so shocked. I'll be so shocked.
Match, this one could be a classic match. So,
still hurting from the loss this morning, he says. Johnny, if teasing Chelsea makes you happy, stay happy. Listen, got to do something, man. I got to do something. I'm hurting. Don't worry. I'll be hurting for the rest of the year. Spurs need a big. Hey.
He only goes for blue type teams. I'm surprised. Surprised on the City fan.
If he was a City fan, I don't think we could let him on the British show as often. Spurs need a big scalp. I think they'll be devastated to lose this. Villa for mine, the moment says, and he is a big Ange fan. The moment, yeah, that'll be a real good game, and it's good that it's at a good time. Get to watch it on Sunday night. That'll be a good game. So
yeah, good game.
Brighton, Nottingham Forest. Brighton getting done 3-0 by Fulham, and Forest losing really late to Liverpool. It's a hard game to call too, eh?
Look, Nottingham Forest haven't been playing that bad, but I haven't been really watching any Brighton games. So
me neither.
I'd say Brighton at home, just because they're home and they want to bounce back. That's all I can say here, I guess. 2-0.
I don't know why I'm going to go Forest. I have no idea why. Like Rob says 1-1. You're like, I do think Brighton will be favourites, but
this is a hard game to tip.
I know they just haven't been good this year. Like, I wouldn't go put money on it like Forest, but like, it wouldn't be in my multi. But yeah, I don't know. I'm tipping Forest. I don't know. Don't know why, to be honest.
Anyway, this is a coin flip for me anyway.
Yeah, this one I'm going to tip West Ham to win 3 in a row. I did tip them to win the last 2 the moment. I did that for you, man. And they did win them. But I think they will beat Burnley. If they don't beat Burnley at the London Stadium, something's wrong. But I think they will. I think they'll win.
I think this is the upset of the round.
Oh, Burnley!
He's going to win 3-1. Okay.
3-1.
We'll see you next week. But yes, it's an upset. I'm sorry.
Dude, if you get that scoreline right, I'll tell you.
Moment that goes for him?
Yeah.
Sorry, man. This is going to be upset of the round.
If you get that scoreline right, I expect you to be next week like chandeliers behind you and shit. No, but I expect all these chandeliers and like all this expensive stuff behind you next week. So
Oracle John. That's all I want.
All right. This takes us on to the big one. It's the only game probably bigger than or more important than Villa Spurs. Anfield, Liverpool, hosting City at Anfield.
Jeez, you know what I mean? It's just, this one's hard to tip. It really is. If this was at Man City's ground, I'd probably be quick to say Man City. I don't know, man. Like Liverpool got the injuries. You know what I mean? Man City are healthy. That's the problem here. So, I mean, you got Phil Foden. Some are saying Phil Foden's the best Premier League player in the league at the moment.
He pisses Rob off. Rob hates him. Rob reckons he doesn't pass it. Rob reckons he doesn't pass enough. He's not saying he's not good. He just reckons they would score more if he actually like cut it back and shit more often.
I'm gonna go 1-1 draw. I think both teams drop points here. 1-1.
You know what? I actually think City are going to win. I don't know. Liverpool. Listen, because it's at home, maybe Liverpool, but I just think they've been playing better. But then again, they beat United and we suck. But Liverpool haven't been that good. They've been getting out of jail. Yeah, Reborn even said it. Depends who we have back from injury. Johnny Carlton says 0-0. Those big games are all hype, but let's be honest, it's going to be 0-0, he reckons. I don't know. I think it's the injuries. I think, yeah, like what Reborn's saying. If they don't get anyone back, I see City winning. You know what? It could open the door for Arsenal, man. Because let's say City win, they go 1 point above them, then Arsenal have beaten Brentford. Like Liverpool could be third by the end of the week. Or they could be 5 points clear. Like it's big stakes, isn't it? So, listen, I think City get it, man. I don't know. I don't know why. I think it's the injuries. I think at the moment they're healthier. I think you're spot on, like everyone's saying. I think that's the reason.
Yeah, it's just that, their health. Like I said, if this was played at City's ground,
it'd be a different story. Yeah, 100%. All right.
City, but I'm going to 1-1 draw. I can't split them.
1-1 draw would be perfect for Arsenal, though, won't it?
Yeah, really. So Team Arsenal.
Team Arsenal. This takes us to Johnny's game. Chelsea hosting Newcastle is the last game, Tuesday morning.
I think Chelsea win this. I reckon that's.
But you know what? They're bad. You know what? I reckon that I'd rate them better if it was at St. James Park. They struggle at home.
But the problem is with Chelsea, every time I think they should win a game, they don't. And every time I think they shouldn't win a game, they do. So
yeah,
Newcastle probably win now, but I think Chelsea will win. I think they will 2-1. I'll say Chelsea.
No, I'm actually with you. I think Chelsea are going to win. Rob thinks 2-1 Newcastle. I don't know how they cope with Isak. He's very good. Gordon and that if he's playing. But then again, Chelsea got their own. Listen, I do believe Poch is a better coach than Eddie Howe as well.
Yeah.
People might not agree with that, but I do believe that. He's managed in a Champions League final with Tottenham. Like, for God's sake, like that, So, listen, I think Chelsea will win. I'll give you that one, Johnny Carlton. I do believe Chelsea win. I don't think he should start Núñez. Maybe bring him on if the score's 0-0, Reeves is saying about Liverpool. I think Núñez it's unfortunate for him, but he's a bit like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think he's amazing off the bench. If I saw Núñez coming off the bench and I'm a centre-back, I wouldn't be happy about that. Because he's fast, he's physical, it's like...
It's hard. Yeah.
But Johnny Carlton says 1-0 Cold Palmer. Oh. You know what? Can I ask you a question before we leave? They are hyping that guy up so much, right? And when I watch him, I don't think he's that good, eh? If he didn't score his penalties this year, he'd have like 3 goals.
It's weird because they bought him pretty
From
much
City.
from City's youth academy. Like, he didn't really play. He played like 2-3 games for them. You know what I mean? Something like that. And he's gone from that sort of level to one of the main guys of Chelsea, to be fair. So he has scored goals this year, to be fair to the lad. He's very, let's say, confident in himself. That's how he sort of projects himself.
He's a good finisher. He is a good finisher.
And he's the penalty taker, I believe, as well. So look, I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt. I think he's had a good year. But you know,
I agree. I agree. He's had a good year, but I just don't think he's that good.
He's been a better signings than a lot of their other signings. I have to admit.
Johnny Carlton says he scored 14 goals this season, only 6 penalties. That means 8. That's what he's saying. So he'd have 8 goals this year.
It's better than Hoyland, isn't it? But
listen, I'm not saying. But Hoyland's got 5 goals in the Champions League. You know, that competition that Chelsea didn't play in. So just putting that out there.
You have to say him and Palmer. Palmer and Gallagher probably been their best players.
Well, that's what Johnny's saying. He's paying out Hoyland. He says that's more than that Blondie Taylor Swift lookalike. But like I said, he's also got 5 Champions League goals. He was leading goal scorer in the group stage of the Champions League in a competition Chelsea couldn't pay to get into, mate. Just remember that.
We know Johnny Carlton doesn't like the look of Taylor Swift, that's for sure.
If he thinks he looks like Hoyland.
Jeez.
Oh, shit. But in saying that...
That was Kelsey, if you're out there. Is it Kelsey? Is that the American football she's with? He'll be devastated. No idea. He'll be devastated. She's with an American footballer, Travis.
He'll be devo, thinking that. If he looks like Hoyland, he'll be devo.
Looks like Hoyland.
Listen, in saying that, listen, I don't deny his stats. You could have told me he had 25 goals. I just watch him, and I know why City sold him. Because he could never make that City team, is what I'm saying. He is not good enough to be in that City team. I just don't think he's that... He's serviceable. He's a good player. I don't think he'll ever be top-notch. But it's same with United players. It's the same thing. I just don't... there's hype about him. And we get that with our boys. There's hype about him. It doesn't mean... I just don't think they can go to that level. That's... It is what it is, really.
Very young, so he's got plenty of time.
Oh, that's it. He's got time. He's got time to show that. But in saying that, listen, if you're new, please like, share, subscribe. We'll be back next week after some huge games. Villa, Spurs, Liverpool, City. I'm not going to be like Chris and say good luck to all your teams because I don't mean it. So, good luck to Man United. That's about it. City's boy is Chelsea's man, Johnny Carlton says. Ooh, well, if that's your man, you ain't never winning shit. No, sorry. Because he's not good enough to win stuff, man.
Who's that?
He's saying City's boy, like Cole Palmer, is Chelsea's man. And I'm saying, that's fine. We had men like Roy Keane, man. If that's what you want to be your man, that's fine. That's fine. But in saying that, up Man United this week against Everton. Last final thoughts?
Yeah, look, some good games this weekend. Obviously, AFL's back, so it's a busy weekend all around for sports.
It is.
Yes. So, look, I really look forward to this weekend. It's going to be exciting all around. Man United, a good time slot to watch them. We need to bounce back, and I'm hoping for a good game between Liverpool and Man City because it's honestly boring to watch Man City. So let's just hope there's some sort of excitement there.
See, this is why I love Reborn, because he agrees with me. Like I said this to Chris, he goes, same. I hope United get, like saying, I hope United get thumped. And I'm like, yeah, no, like I go, but Chris tries to be the nice guy, and he's like, good luck to everyone's teams. I'm like, when he doesn't mean it. I'm like, he wants Port to win, and that's it. But he just doesn't want to say it.
Jeez.
But there you go. Big week. All you can bank on, guys, is Man United 4-0, Crows by 60. The rest is irrelevant. That's it. Take it easy, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
See you later.